Hello and welcome to Tech 24. I'm Eric Olander in for Rebecca Bowering. Today on the show, from Tunisia to Egypt and now Japan, how social media is transforming coverage of major news events. Le WikiLeaks, a French version of the whistleblower website, goes live. And in our weekly gadget review, we'll take a look at upcoming changes in Windows Phone 7. Well, it used to be that when major news events happen, like what we're seeing in Japan and in North Africa and Egypt, Libya and Algeria, journalists would be the first people on the ground to report the story. Well, that's no longer the case. Today, more and more people are getting out their cell phones, their digital cameras, and their computers to shoot the story themselves. The eyes and ears on the grounds are citizens, and this is known as citizen journalism, and it's transforming the news business. Well, to find out a little bit more about this trend and why it's so important, we've invited Lorena Galliet on our show, who's from the France 24 Observer's news desk, and every day you go through all the various social media and user-generated content to pull out the best. So tell us a little bit about what is citizen journalism.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say I'm a journalist, and I don't believe that citizen journalism can ever completely replace traditional journalism. Now, that being said, it's obvious that in some situations, especially, well, two case scenarios especially, either breaking news scenarios or in cases where journalists can't be on the field or there is censorship. In those two cases, we've seen citizen journalism really be at the forefront of reporting.
So you're saying that citizen journalism is best when it's fast and also in those hard-to-reach places where journalists and news organizations can't get.
Exactly, exactly. We saw that it became very, very clear in Tunisia, for example, when the early riots in Tunisia began happening. The mainstream media there was entirely censored, had been censored for years and years. No one was talking about it. Outside media wasn't getting through to the country. And the only way that Tunisians had to be informed on the fact that, yes, there were riots in the small southern inner region of Sidi Bouzid was through Twitter or through opposition blogs.
Well, what is the challenge of citizen journalism? How do you verify the content to reflect that it's actually true?
That's the main challenge. In cases, for example, in the recent earthquake in Japan, there's been a huge, huge flow of content. And the main challenge is sifting through that flow to A, realize what is really valuable, really worthwhile, and second of all, what is accurate, what is real information. That's what journalists today, that's what we try to work with.
So France 24, like a lot of TV stations now, is accepting citizen journalism content. If they want to send content to us, what do they have to do? Well,
there's two ways. We have one email address, observers@france24.com. Observers@france24.com. It comes directly to our team. We read it every day. If you want to send us photos, videos, or a topic, just email us at that address. Otherwise, we have a very interesting application on iPhone. On the France 24 application, it's called The Observers. Anything happens wherever you are, download the application, take a photo, use the application, it'll be sent directly to our team.
Great. Lorena, thanks so much. Again, that's observers@france24.com.
Thank you.
Well, a French version of the whistleblower website WikiLeaks is now gone live. More on that in our weekly web digest. French online news site Mediapart launches its own WikiLeaks. The French Leaks whistleblower website is now up and features documents that Mediapart journalists have used to cover stories such as the Bettencourt scandal here in France. The Vatican is going online for the upcoming beatification. The May 1st event will announce the church's newest saints, and it will have its own Facebook page and also be broadcast on YouTube. After the Jasmine Revolution, Cameroon's President Paul Biya isn't taking any chances. The government has banned the use of Twitter on all smartphones. He's also worried about SMSs, which he says are a tool of the opposition. And happy birthday, Twitter. The site turns 5. Here's the very first message ever tweeted. Jack Dorsey, co-founder of Twitter, sent it out on March 21st, 2006, asking coworkers to join him. And now with 200 million members, that little blue bird has a lot to celebrate. Time now for our weekly gadget segment, and today we're not going to talk about the phone, but the operating system that's on the phone. This is an HTC HD7 phone that came out last October, so the phone itself isn't new. Windows Phone 7 also came out last October, but what is new coming in the Windows Phone 7 operating system are a whole bunch of updates that'll be released by the end of the year. So let's go through the phone right now and talk a little bit about what's there and what's missing. First and foremost, there's no copy and paste on the Windows Phone 7 right now. That will be fixed in the next batch of updates, but that's a major loss on the part of the Windows Phone operating system that doesn't have such a basic tool that, again, Apple was criticized for not having when it launched its phone. Also, it's missing a Twitter app, and that's hard to believe in this day and age that there isn't a Twitter app on the Windows Phone 7. But those are two of the fixes that'll come by the end of the month with the new batch of updates. More importantly now, what it does have. It does have very good integration with Microsoft Outlook Exchange, so you can integrate your email at work and also on your phone seamlessly. That's a very important advantage. Also, Xbox, that's another great advantage on the Windows Phone 7 platform. But the big drawback on Windows Phone 7, and this is the one that will decide whether or not you probably get it or don't, is applications. It only has 9,000 apps in the Windows Phone 7 marketplace compared to 300,000 apps in the iPhone marketplace and hundreds of thousands in the Android marketplace. So the big question as to whether or not this operating system will work, it really will come down to apps and seeing if in the next few months we see the growth of the app marketplace on the Windows Phone 7. So that'll look for that at the end of the month. Well, that's all we have time for today on Tech24. Be sure to friend us on Facebook. You can find us at www.facebook.com/tech24.english and make sure that you like us, and we'll post updates there every week. We leave you today with our video of the week from the group Reporters Without Borders in commemoration of their World Day Against Cyber Censorship. Thanks so much for watching.